Alright, so for first inversion, okay, we have to find a C that's on the second string, or a root that's on the second string. For C at least, I have to find one. So here it is on the open string. You got your C there. So I was talking about G, the root is on the lower string there, right? So that would be, the color pattern would be red, blue, and purple, okay, because that G would be red, blue, and then, okay, these colors are wrong. 2 has the color of 6, 6 has the color of 2, and that. Sorry about that. But the way they are in the guitar, the way they're supposed to be, and yeah, I got them back from the printer, and one of them was wrong. It wasn't colored at all, luckily, so it wasn't that wrong. But if it's all just in black and white, it's too hard to tell apart. Where it's too hard to tell the strings apart where the notes are. So I colored them. So let's talk about doing the root triad in C. You just find the C on the second string. So in G it's okay, and in the key of E it would be do the same thing. Whoops, where's that interval? Remember, it's a major third, and then on top of that major third you do a minor. Now listen to this. That's a major third. Here's a minor third. You say that doesn't sound like a minor third. It doesn't sound like anything. It sounds like the end part of a bugle call, you know. But if I want like this, okay, then you get the minor. That's the major. So this is a minor third. Some people can hear that. Alright, so the minor third is here. So no matter where you start, okay, you're going to have that same shape until you put it through the warp. Now let's see where it gets put through the warp. So we'll just find an R that's below the warp, such as this guy. And we'll go to the third. Okay, we want to go to the fifth. Where is it? Oh, it moved over because it was warped. So that's a cute little chord, and you would find it to be part of the E scale, right? So you got the E-shaped C is here, right? It's the fifth and the sixth of C. All right. So again, we have our root, third, fifth. And you know, I never even knew about that thing, because I'm always here with the. Everybody always plays the E like this, but you don't know that if you just strum these 3 strings, and it's usually a weak string because it's done with the bar finger. The bar finger hits that G. Alright? So it's good to practice just doing these 3 notes, because a lot of times with the caged chords and the bar, I do full finger bars. I'm like a piano player. I love to play as many notes as I can. Alright? But it's better to practice those 3 notes. So learn these 3 shapes. Please, learn these 3 shapes and what they are. Now, you don't have to know what all this is, but as it turns out, this 3, if you do it up from there, is the Phrygian minor. or in the key of E, it would be. Okay, so, and then this would be the Aeolian minor. In the key of E, which would actually be your C. All right, so let's move on to the other chart. We've got our intervals and we know we got to memorize these shapes and the numbers and what they mean. You don't have to memorize the colors. The colors are irrelevant. So this root 3, 5 would be root start here because it's in the unwarped zone. Okay, so let's just look at the unwarped zone, the unwarped keyboard, so we don't have to worry. We can do this anywhere now. Root 3, 5 is going to be there. It's always going to be shaped like that in the unwarped 7L, okay? And then 3, 5, root is going to be a minor third and a fourth. So root 3, 5 is going to be a major third. This is a fourth. See that? It's easy. You start on R and you look at the numbers. That's a fourth. That's a third. That's a second. That's the same. R, R, R. Okay? And you got, you start on the 3 now and you want to go to the 5. That's going to be a minor third. Okay, and then from the 5 to the root. This is the other shape, 3, 5 root. There they are. You look at them in the 7L diagram. Memorize these. Okay, you don't have to memorize the colors, but just the positions. And when they go through the warp, what happens to them? Let's do one more before we move on. Let's do 5 root 3. Okay, here's the tuning warp. That means these top 2 strings have been moved to the right a half a step. They already have been moved there. Okay, so our normal 5 root 3, okay, if we start on a 5 there, here's 5 root 3. If we start on a 5, that's below the warp, okay, our root has moved away from us. That's why I couldn't find it. It goes 5 root 3, okay? Because we still want to get to that root, all right? So since this whole string is down tuned a half a step, we have to go up tune, up the fretboard to get that same note. So it'd be, okay, and then the 3 would be over. So from root to 3 is still the same interval because the 2 of them get warped. All right, because this one is essentially a half a step down where it should be because it's going to be a fourth from there. 7 to a third is a fourth. Root 2 to 4 is a fourth. Okay, so we've memorized that, and we're going to move on to the second chart. The second chart. Okay, so let's go back in time. No, let's go forward in time. Okay, that was the previous lesson from yesterday. And now we have today's chart, and this is the actual cage diagram with the short and the long of it. Okay, so these are the short patterns that we were talking about, and these are the longer patterns. We're going to go into this in the next lesson too. Let's just look at right here. Okay, let's just look at right here. This is the C, or the C-shaped. Okay? Why do we have four cages here? Why are there 4 cages there? What are they? Let's start with the easiest one. Okay? The easiest one is going to be this, the one on the bottom. This is what we all normally see. It's the warped normal fretboard. Warp means normal, means guitar. And this is your normal C diatonic scale. The E, it would be as if we had a fret nut there. Okay, so say that's our fret nut, our main fret nut. Okay, so